Come visit the crystal blue, warm waters of the Virgin Islands National Park, located on the island of St. John in the United States Virgin Islands. From its lush forest to warm, white sand beaches, the Virgin Islands National Park is the ideal location for both relaxation and enjoyment of nature. The Virgin Islands National Park was founded in 1956 with the support of Frank Stick and Lawrence Rockefeller, with the intention of regulating extensive tourism on the beautiful and delicate island. In 1962, Congress expanded the boundary of the Virgin Islands National Park, adding 5,650 acres of submerged land in order to protect the coral gardens and reefs surrounding Reef Bay and Hurricane Hole. Congress expanded the boundaries of the park several times in the following years. In 1978, Hassel Island was added to the park. Most recently, in 2001, Congress established the Virgin Islands Coral Reef National Monument when an additional 12,708 acres of submerged land located within a 3-mile belt off the coast of St. John was designated for protection. Long before the establishment of the national park, the Virgin Islands became home to its original native people between 1000 and 200 BC. This group eventually became known as the Taínos, and were the same group who greeted explorer Christopher Columbus when he inadvertently landed on the islands during his journey to India in 1492. Remnants of the Taínos' island presence is seen in the rock art located at Reef Bay. The Taíno people were eventually replaced by European settlers who destroyed the natural flora of St. John with sugarcane farming on plantations. Almost all of the native species of the island were decimated and replaced with non-native species. Today, one of the goals of the National Park Service on the Virgin Islands is to protect what is left of the native species. In addition, mangrove forests and coastal seagrasses represent a significant piece of the island's coastal flora. Mangroves are crucial to the Virgin Islands ecosystem as they provide breeding grounds and a home for the 500 different species of fish. Furthermore, they are responsible for preventing erosion and absorbing the pollution that washes onto the beaches of the island. Seagrasses, or underwater flowering plants, actually carry out photosynthesis, absorbing the sunlight beaming down through the clear water. Additionally, seagrasses grow algae on each individual blade that becomes food for turtles and several species of fish. Lastly, coral reefs are the most famous yet threatened flora of the Virgin Islands National Park. The breathtaking coral reefs are under constant threat of human impact. Coral can become bleached or lose its algal pigmentation if the organism's natural zooxanthellae, or protozoa responsible for giving the reef its vibrant color, cannot be maintained. This makes the coral susceptible to various forms of disease, and most often leads to the destruction of the reef. The loss of zooxanthellae is triggered by disruptions to the reef, such as a warming ocean or contact with human divers. In addition to the 500 species of fish inhabiting St. John's surrounding waters, the island itself is home to over 140 species of birds, 7 species of amphibians, and 22 mammal species. Interestingly, the only native mammal on the Virgin Islands National Park is the bat, whose 6 native species are protected by the Virgin Islands Endangered Species Act of 1990. The bat is crucial to the ecosystem because of its role in both controlling mosquitoes and other insect pests, as well as in pollination. Other non-native mammals include deer, goats, sheep, donkeys, cats, dogs, mongoose, and pigs. Another frequent animal sight in the Virgin Islands National Park is the iguana. Although biologically not a true lizard, the iguana can interestingly escape predators by dropping up to 50 feet to the ground if threatened without sustaining injury. Although the weather is almost always warm in the Virgin Islands, while planning your trip, keep in mind that the summer months are often sprinkled with intense tropical storms and an increased amount of rain, as opposed to the winter months of stronger winds but less rain. The trade winds, or the easterlies, are responsible for this climate pattern, blowing storms from the coast of Africa to the islands. Visit the Virgin Islands National Park as your next family vacation. Exotic wildlife, warm weather, and tropical beaches provide an ideal setting for a memorable visit. There is something for everyone at the Virgin Islands National Park. Don't miss out. Book your trip today.
Be as lost as me. Change your geography. Maybe you might be knee deep in the water somewhere. Got the blue sky breeze blowing wind through my hair. Only worry in the world is a tide gonna reach my chair. Sunrise, there's a fire in the sky.